Good evening, I'm Sean Green with the CBC Sports. Bailey's Primary are the new Guardian Group Herman Griffith Primary Schools cricket champions. Earlier today at Bank Hall, they defeated challengers West Terrace by 81 runs after notching up 165 for 6 in their 25 overs. Preston Clark top scored for Bailey's with 30, while Daniel Joseph got 27. Jonathan Harmon took 3 for 29. Bright sunshine greeted the grounds at the Empire Club for the big final. West Terrace in blue, Bailey's in yellow. And after the players shook hands with the officials and each other, it was down to business after Bailey's were invited to bat first. This one tossed up and whacked away behind point. Dejari batted for the first boundary of the day. Jonathan Harmon into the attack and also into the stumps of Brathwaite. Bowl, neck and crock for 8. Daniel Duncan in next, and he knows what to do with leg stump half volleys. You punish them. That's behind square as well. Harmon, the bowler, probably thought that was a fluke, so he offered him another, which is swatted away, you guessed it, behind square. Rashawn Hackett into the backward square leg fence. That's 4 more. Duncan getting in on the groove now, driving Harmon sweetly through the covers. Look at that. That's another 4. Christopher Narayan was brought on to stem the flow, but the only flowing he was doing was to the boundary at cover. Harmon was switched around and got immediate success, trapping Duncan in front for a well-played 23, 67 for 2. But then Zion Brathwaite, the skipper, fed Darius Joseph with a leg stump gift, which is again dispatched behind square. Harmon to Darius Joseph now, and he gets a feather on this one to be caught behind. And he walks. It's now 91 for 3. And if you thought junior cricket was dead on the island, then wait until you see this and tell me what you think. Beautiful, glorious cover drive from Joseph, speeding to the boundary. This one through the air, a bit uppish, but safely through the covers for another 4 to Joseph. Preston Clark getting in on some of the action, pulling through mid-wicket and peppering that end of the Empire Club again. Another short ball swung away backward of square for another 4, and not a fielder in sight. But Clark's innings ended on 30 LBW as Bailey's closed on 165 for 6. And in reply, the West Terrace boys were bowled out for just 84, giving Bailey's Primary their 4th Herman Griffith title. Congrats to Bailey's. Meanwhile, Dee's Mega Style Foundation polished off Nichols Bacon Combemere in the final of the BCA Under 19 40-over contest. That was at St. Catherine today. Batting first, Foundation registered 161 for 9 of their 40, with Glenico King top scoring with 66. Zidane Clark took 3 for 42. Rain then forced an adjustment in the target, with Combemere needing 102 in 25 overs. But even that total proved too challenging, as they were held to 78 all out, Foundation winning by 24 runs. We pick up action after the rain break. Combemere were 40 for 3 in 11 overs, chasing 160 for victory. And after the rain came and halted play, Combemere were set a revised target of 102 in 25 overs. Shakir Marshall was gifted a juicy full toss from Dondre Yearwood, but he can't capitalize, and he's out for 8, 45 for 4. Thaddeus Chase then sets off on a run, but his partner wasn't interested, made that 48 for 5. 12 runs later, Combemere will lose their 6th wicket via the run-out route once more. Dante Niles departs for 5, 60 for 6. Matthew Ford tried his best to keep the Waterford boys on target, but it was in vain as he was bowled for 14. Yearwood with his 2nd is now 76 for 7. Ronaldo Callender then attempts a big shot and is caught at short 3rd man, 78 for 8. And without another run on the board, Antonio Morris confuses the stumps of Darren Cuffey. And to put the writing on the wall, Morris hits Tyrese Brathwaite full on his foot for the LBW decision. Combemere all out for 78. Foundations, the champions once again. And congrats to Foundation again. Well, former West Indies batsman Jimmy Adams is the new director of cricket for the West Indies Cricket Board, according to regional media reports. Now, Adams, who represented the West Indies as a player and as captain during his career, replaces Englishman Richard Pybus, who did not seek to renew his contract. Now, there are also reports that a new head coach, Australian Stuart Law, has been appointed to fill the position left vacant by Phil Simmons, who was fired in September. The decision to fill the two positions was reportedly taken at the weekend at the WICB final quarterly meeting, which took place in St. Martin. The Jamaica Scorpions have taken over the lead in the WICB Regional First Class Tournament after the last round of competition. The Jamaican team defeated the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force to be the only team to register a win, and they are now up front on 46.8 points. The Guyana Jaguars are second with 44 flat after their drawn game against the Barbados Pride, who are now third on 43.2. Next are the Leeward Islands on 36.6, followed by the Windwards on 36.2. And the Red Force, they're at the bottom of the table on 32.4. In squash, top Barbados and Caribbean Junior Squash Under 15 Girls Champ Megan Best has won the prestigious 2016 Canadian Junior Squash Open. The reigning two-time local and regional champ, who entered the tournament seeded at number 2, defeated Canadian Sarah Cole 11-4, 11-7, 11-4 before roughing up American Lucia Bicknell in 3 straight sets, 11-4, 11-2, 11-1 in the final, to claim the first ever Canadian junior title by a Barbadian player at the tender age of 14. And Parkinson defeated the visiting Graydon Sealy in the Massey United Insurance girls basketball competition in the Pine yesterday in a low-scoring encounter. Graydon Sealy traveled to the Pine to take on Parkinson in the yellow. Tatiana Waldron going for glory and bucketing too. It was a game where both teams had struggled with their passing, but this was a good run of play for Graydon Sealy. It finds Rashida Payne, who gets another easy 2 for her team. But Parkinson had some good moments too. This one finds Aaliyah Best, who gets the best result possible from this layup. Parkinson with another fast break. And is this another easy 2 in the bag? No. Well, actually, yes it is. Graydon Sealy, though, was still there even in the second half. And this shot is good. However, look out for Waldron, probably the best shooter in the game. And here's why. So Parkinson came up with a plan. Just get the ball to Waldron. That's a sweet looking 2. Graydon Sealy now with a shot which misses, but Proverbs is there to grab the rebound, and she gets 2 off the backboard. Waldron again driving to the hoop for another 2 as Parkinson defeated Graydon Sealy 27-19. Well, that's it for sports. Lisa returns with the business news.